Today we're looking at the Startrc T8 Tyro mini drone. It's a ready to fly kit. This is Startrc's first beginner kit and they've not done a bad job at all. The kit contains everything to get you flying except your goggles. So inside the kit you're going to get your drone, you're going to get remote controller, you're going to get spare props, you're going to get two 300 mAh 2S lipos, you're going to get a charger and USB lead, a manual and a card telling you all the controls for the controller. The drone reminds me of the Cetus range in build quality. The camera's pretty good being a run cam. It's the 1200 TVL version. You can't adjust the pitch on it, but to a beginner that's really not going to matter. In the top we have some vents to help disperse heat, and on the side it says Start FPV. So there's very little information out there about this drone at the minute. It's got a 75mm wheelbase. The motors are Start FPV branded. They're the T8 1102s. And they're 7,800 kV. Finished off in black and they look quite nice. So the drone is coming in at 40 grams. With a 2S LiPo, it's coming in at 57 grams, 58 grams. Obviously using a 2S LiPo is going to make it heavier, but it is going to give you about 8 minutes of flight time. The propellers are 45mm and they're from Gemfan. They're a two-bladed prop and you do get 4 spares in the packet. This aerial here is what connects it to your remote controller, and this aerial tucked inside here is what connects it to your goggles. The drone is on the S-Bus protocol and has a 25mW VTX. It operates on the 5.8 GHz frequency. I can't find any information on the flight controller at the moment, but I suspect it's a beta FPV one, but don't hold me to that. The motors are plug and play, so very easy to replace if you break one. So the drone does have sensors underneath. This is for the altitude and position hold, which is built into the drone. So the battery is a nice tight fit. It does have these BT2 connectors and a balance lead, and you do actually charge it through the balance lead, which I've not seen before. If you leave the drone on with no input for 3 minutes, an alarm will sound to let you know you didn't unplug it. So the remote control's a nice size, even for kids' hands. To turn on the remote, hold it for 3 seconds. To turn it off, hold it again. The LED will be red on the remote if it's not connected to the drone or if it needs charging. And when it connects to the drone, it will go green. And there you can see it's connected. To start the motors, the throttle must be completely down. To start the motors, you use the SA switch. When you pull it up, the motors will start. And when you put it down, the motors will stop. If you don't take off within 5 seconds, the motors will turn off by themselves. To activate altitude and position hold, move the SB switch down to its lowest position. In this mode, the drone will automatically maintain its height and positioning for stable hovering. The effective height is about 3 meters and below, so if you go above 3 meters, it may stop working and the drone will drift. Terrain follow mode is only effective in altitude and position mode, so you want to set the SB switch to the lowest position and put the SD switch to the lowest position also. In this mode, the drone will automatically maintain its height to follow even when flying over uneven surfaces. Altitude mode also needs altitude and position turned on, so you want the SB switch in its lowest position and you want the SD switch in its highest position. In this mode, the drone will maintain its height and not adjust automatically. When you put the switch SB in the middle, this turns off altitude and position hold mode and it enters angle mode. This is the next step up, but it will limit the angle the drone can be at, which makes it easier for beginners. Lastly, if we put switch SB in its upper position, this is now in full acro mode. You will have to maintain your height and power using the throttle all by yourself. You can do tricks and flips. This is the fastest and hardest mode to learn. Acro mode is what we call proper FPV, and you can flip and roll 360 degrees on all axes. The effective range is 200 meters. If you lose connection by going too far, the drone will land where it is. If the drone fails to maintain level flight in beginner modes, you can reset the gyroscope by doing this on the sticks. Hold it there for 5 seconds and it will beep and it's been reset. Moving over to the SC switch. This is a 3-position switch. It's a speed switch. When it's at its lowest, it's at its slowest speed. When it's in the middle, it's a medium speed. When it's fully up, it's in the fastest speed. The remote has a 5-minute standby alarm. If it's left on but not connected for 5 minutes, it will beep twice every 30 seconds. If the flight controller malfunctions and cannot operate normally, the indicator lights will flash red and green alternatively. After arming, if the drone does not take off within 5 seconds, motors will automatically stop. Perform the unlock operation again to resume readiness. When the drone's battery voltage drops below 6.5 volts, the red indicator flashes. If you discharge a LiPo battery below 3.5 volts per cell, the battery can become useless. If no operation is performed within 3 minutes after powering on the drone, it will automatically trigger an alarm. To turn it off, pull the throttle to the lowest position and use the SA switch once after hearing the 2 beeps to turn the warning sound off. If the connection between the remote and drone is poor, the LED will flash slowly and it will beep 3 times continuously. If the remote is left on for 10 minutes, it will start to beep every 10 seconds. If the connection between the remote and drone is lost due to going too far or strong interference, it will trigger an alarm. When it's critically low, the remote controller will automatically turn off. Use the USB provided to recharge the remote. Use the USB provided to charge the batteries too. The remote battery will last about 5 hours. When charging the batteries, use the battery charger provided. When you plug it in, the LED will go solid and it will go off when it's fully charged. And there we go. Light's gone out and it's fully charged. I had loads of fun with this outside and in the house. It's a good starting point for anyone who wants to break into FPV. Startrc also have a whoop out for more experienced pilots. This is the R8, and we'll be looking at this soon. If you liked the video, if it helped you at all, please hit the thumbs up. It really does help, and we'll see you on the next one.